Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Blue Archive. Didn't I say it at the beginning of the last part that I was trying not to wait like 3 or 4 weeks to get this next part out? I really did try to do some more of this earlier, because there's event stories that I want to do, but I just never got around to doing it. And it's been so long that the news set this new batch of story quests. I ordered a replacement cord for the mic, so maybe that'll fix the problem with this thing disconnecting, because the slightest movement disconnects it. So I ordered a new cord, so hopefully that comes Saturday, so hopefully this won't be an issue anymore. But anyway, it's been so long that the new batch story came out. So in the last part we were doing the makeup work, what is it called? The Eden Treaty. So we're now in chapter 2. We found out at the very end, we found out who the traitor was, and apparently it's Azusa, and we were asked to protect her. Not quite sure what that means, but we're gonna find out. Obviously, as you can tell, I haven't touched the story yet, so let's just do this. I believe there are 9 episodes in this, I believe. So let's do it. Zeus is a traitor. That she is, and I would like you to protect her. I guess getting straight to the point doesn't make sense without all the details. All these bad habits might be rubbing off on me. How about I explain it from the beginning? I'll definitely feel any help. I'm not as good at this kind of thing as Nagi or Seiya are, but I'll give it my best shot. Okay. First is what defines Trinity General Academy. As I'm sure Nagi told you, our academy's history is built on several factions coming together. Okay, that they did. I know about that. As the name would suggest, there are 3 such factions that comprise its center: Pater, Filius, and Sanctus. However, there are many other smaller factions, such as the Remedial Knights and the Sisterhood. I've never even heard of those. Back then, those factions were just as hostile toward one another as Trinity and Gehenna are today. Conflict was a daily occurrence, growing worse by the day, until finally they all came together and created a peace treaty. And so the first council was held, where it was agreed to end the bloodshed and unite as one academy. That sounds familiar. It does, doesn't it? Trinity General School is what, as we know it, was born from that first council. There are still traces of those factions even today, but most people would never know it. Over time, history tends to become rather faded. However, there was one academy that chose not to participate in the council. The Arius faction. I say faction, but it's been an organized academy much like our own for a long time. The 2 sides had much in common, but were driven apart due to differences in how to interpret the ancient scriptures. Their academy also held chapel lessons, kept a strict conservative uniform, and had a stronger contempt for Gehenna. But Arius vehemently opposed the union, and that feud ultimately led to conflict. Trinity suppressed Arius following the unification. It simply couldn't withstand the combined might of the new academy. Such stories are commonplace in history. Those who hold great power tend to want to test it, and Arius made for a suitable target. Arius Academy fell to ruin. It was banished from the Trinity District, but rumors say its doors remain open, hiding somewhere in the underbelly of Kavodos. They've kept the location of the district a secret to avoid Trinity's watchful eye. Even the General Student Council doesn't know where Arius operates from currently. It wouldn't surprise me if those that know the story thought of it as nothing but an urban legend. How could such an academy truly exist? Then again, I think most of our students are completely unaware of the tale. That's the Arius Academy today, a shadow of forgotten history. You're saying that's where Azusa is from? Correct. You said the story sounded familiar. As you suspect, the Eden Treaty that Nagi's proposing now is a homage to the First Council. This is a chance for two great academies to reconcile and come together in peace. If it sounds too good to be true, that's because it is. The real objective is to found the Eden Treaty Organization, or ETO. The Eden Treaty was anything but a peace signing. It's the start of a formal military alliance. Oh. Its true purpose is to create a single-armed organization using the combined forces of Trinity and Gehenna. Okay. These are uncertain times we're living in. The General Student Council President is still missing. Now from the shadows rises a new overwhelming power. And what does Nagi intend to do with it, I wonder? Perhaps attack what remains of the General Student Council and assume control of Kavotos? Or does she plan to uproot Millennium and stop its sudden emergence as Kavotos' rising new academy? I can't say what her goal is for certain, but there is one thing I know. Power that immense can be used to silence any and all dissenters. Just as Trinity did to Arya long ago. Or just like Seiya. Oh. Sorry. Pretend you didn't hear that. Has something happened to Seiya? She doesn't want to answer that. She's ill. Just as I told you. Sure, then where is she? Do you really want to know? Telling you would mean crossing a line I could never walk back from. So if you betrayed me, I truly would be completely abandoned. Do you still want to know? Betray you? Is that what you mean? Yes, but I'm sure it'll be fine. You said you're on my side, didn't you? If someone said that, someone who said that went on to betray me, then maybe I wouldn't mind so much. The truth is that Seiya isn't fighting illness. Her halo was destroyed. Uh-oh. So what does this mean when the halo is destroyed? They never explained this. Maybe we'll finally get that explanation. Because Hoshino mentioned in her little letter that for them to not hesitate to destroy her halo. Does that mean they instantly die? Explain this to me! I'm not gonna get an explanation, aren't I? I know. It's too horrible to be true, but it is. And it's been covered up since last year. Seiya was attacked by an unknown assailant. Her illness is nothing but a facade. Seiya's dead. And no one knows but the Tea Party. So yeah, so if the halo goes, they die. So that's great. So it's like pulling a plug off an appliance, pretty much. Well, it's possible the sisterhood may be aware. Their intelligence gathering has always been remarkable. Regardless, it's a secret that must be kept hidden. And no one knows who is responsible? There is an ongoing investigation, but it remains a mystery. Seiya held no shortage of confidential information, so I'm sure that only makes it harder to narrow down the suspects. So there you have it. Personally, I have my own list of suspects, but it wouldn't be wise to share it without knowing for sure. Let's get back to talking about Shirasu Azusa. I was the one who arranged to have her transfer here to Trinity. You did, Mika? Is it Mika? Mika? I don't know. Uh-huh. I kept it a secret from Nagi. I registered Azusa as a student returning from break after falsifying her documents. You're probably wondering why. Arya still hates us after all. While our students take the privileged environment around them for granted, their students scrape by under impoverished conditions, not knowing what it truly means to receive an education. They stubbornly cling to a grudge from years past and reject the help of anyone, including the General Student Council. We would reconcile with Arias if it were up to me. But the hatred for each other is too great, and the misunderstanding is too many. It's not a relationship that I could ever hope to reconcile on my own. Nagi and Seiya objected to my opinions for political reasons, but I never held it against them. That's the essence of what the Tea Party does. I'm not the best when it comes to politics, actually. I wish we could all simply get along. If only we could reconcile our misunderstandings over tea like in the past. That would be nice. Too simple, but what I really want is for Azusa to become a symbol of peace. I don't know her very well, but she was supposedly an outstanding student at Arias, and I want to foster her potential. Maybe I should have been more honest and tried to convince Nagi through the proper channels, but I had my doubts it was possible. I don't think she ever would have agreed to it. Reconciling with Arias would become impossible if the Eden Treaty is signed. I wanted to make amends before that happened at any cost. I want to show through Azusa that an Arias student can be happy and accepted at Trinity. But now Nagi has introduced the rumor of there being a traitor attending Trinity. I don't know how she came to that conclusion. Maybe it's all my fault. She became so paranoid that someone was interfering with her plans that she decided to form the Makeup Work Club. Speaking of which, have you figured out why each student was forced to join? It's because Nagi suspects every one of them. Hanako is a little eccentric, but she was an outstanding student with excellent grades. She was even a candidate to join the Tea Party once. The Sisterhood tried to recruit her as well, but that didn't work out. Uh-oh. Huh? Yeah, I can see why. She attended a chapel class and nothing but a swimsuit and was dragged out by the sisters. She should have seen the shock on the people's faces. Yeah. That sounds about right. Hanako had so much potential in her first year, but then she began scoring the lowest grades in her class at the start of her second year. Why? Why? Was she doing it on purpose? She had already made inroads toward Trinity and was aware of several academy secrets before her scores began tanking. It drew Nagi's suspicion. Okay, makes sense. As for Koharu, she's a nice girl that really has nothing to do with politics. Her enrollment into the Makeup Work Club has to do with Hasumi. Hasumi? Nagi doesn't like there being such a powerful club with someone so influential outside her direct control. So Koharu is her insurance policy. It wouldn't have mattered who it was from the Justice Task Force. Koharu just happened to have the lowest grade, so she was selected. She's a hostage, in other words, and I bet Hasumi is aware of it. One wrong move could lead to expulsion. But what? Are you surprised to hear that Hasumi would be considered a dangerous element? There's one particular incident that may pique your interest then. Oh. Tsurugi! Uh-oh. Vice President Hasumi, please calm down. How dare they? Pandemonium Society, Gianna. Do they think they'll get away with this? Ah! She's mad! Listen carefully. This isn't over. Hasumi is the vice president of the Justice Task Force, Trinity's main armed force, and holds Gianna in contempt. She would obviously oppose the Eden Treaty because it would require an alliance with her greatest enemies. And finally, there's Hifumi. She's just a sweet, cute, lovable girl, right? Even Nagi adores her. But that's also what landed her right in Nagi's crosshairs. Hifumi was caught sneaking out of the district and visiting suspicious places such as the prohibited underground black market. Yeah. There's even intel that connects her to a masked criminal group. Can you believe that? She seemed like such an innocent girl. Uh-oh. How like Nagi to keep her friends close and her enemies closer. Very predictable. We don't even want to answer that because we know where that came from. There you have it. The whole story of Nagi's paranoia. Well, at least we know Hifumi is not the traitor, obviously, because we know what happened from the foreclosure task force. Led to a full-blown conspiracy that a traitor is out to ruin Trinity. Nagi's absolutely certain that there must be a traitor in their midst. I know that explanation was a little long-winded, but that is the whole truth. But you said that the traitor is Billy. I did. Think of it this way. How would you define what it means to be a traitor? Nagi is under the assumption that someone is trying to deceive her and with thereby Trinity's Tea Party. She suspects there to be a spy. In that sense, Azusa, the one whose background is a complete fabrication, is the closest to fitting that description. Unlike the other, she truly is a transfer from one of Trinity's enemies, Arias. She's now at the eye of a complex political storm and has no idea that it's all my fault. That's why I'm fighting to prevent her expulsion. Or at least, that's what I'm attempting to do by pleading my case to you. I want you to prevent her from getting expelled. That's something a sensei can do, right? In other words, you could argue that I'm the real traitor. I'm the one who's opposing Nagi's Eden Treaty. But since I'm the host, I don't have any real power and have no means to prevent it. Well, shit. Then again, maybe that's not the truth either. You could just as easily argue that if anyone's betraying Trinity, it would be Nagi. She's attempting to transform Trinity and all the values, harmony, and unity it's enjoyed into something else. She wants to awaken a Leviathan. Uh-oh. That's my take on things. Whether you believe or agree with anything I've said is completely up to you. Everything is in your hands now. Whether you'll protect Azusa or weed out the traitor, whether you'll believe Nagi or myself. Is that everything you wanted to say? Pretty much. I'm responsible for Azusa enrolling in our academy, but this is as much as I can do to help her. Don't tell me you're worried about me, Sensei. How very sweet of you. We fall for you after all. You don't need to worry about me. I'm much stronger than I appear. Well then, I should be going. I really enjoyed talking to you today. People might start spreading salacious rumors if we spend too much time together alone together. Not that I would mind. Oh, I bet you wouldn't. Until we meet again, Sensei. I went back to the classroom everyone was studying and after saying goodbye to Mika. Very interesting. Very interesting. Oh, there you are, Sensei. Sorry I'm late. Something came up. Don't worry about it. More importantly, take a look. There are our latest mock exam scores. We got. Well, Azusa's getting there. Don't you have to need at least 60 points? She's getting there. Goharu's getting there too. Hanako, not so much. Oh wow, that was very close. Yeah, you're doing a lot better. Almost there, Azusa. Hey, she's not the only one who's improved. My score went up a lot too. I know, you scored a 15 in your last exam, but now you're up to 49. That's the biggest jump out of all of us. Of course I did. I told you I'd been holding back all this time. Yeah, keep it up. Hanako? What's wrong here for me? Why so sheepish? I scored a 2 on our first real exam. Then I scored a 4 on our first mock exam. Now I've scored an 8. She's going up by multiples of 2 and 4. That means I'm steadily doubling my scores each time. At this rate, I just need to take 3 more tests and I should be passing too, right? Well, I suppose so, technically. You're all doing great. That's right. We'll all be above passing sooner than I thought if we keep this up. I'll not stop until I complete my mission and win those cute things, no matter the cost. You remember the real goal is to avoid failing, right? The rewards were just incentives. That's now my secondary objective that I don't mind completing along the way. Secondary? I mean, I respect it as a fellow Momo Friends fan, but still. Huh? Seems we have a visitor. We have a fucking doorbell in a classroom? What? Yeah, who would come all the way here to visit us? Excuse me. Oh, that voice sounds like an intruder. Good thing I'm taking measures. What are you talking about, Azu? Oh. Ah! I said explosive traps to stop intruders. Azusa. How many did you just set? Oh, there are more. There's nowhere to run. Naturally, traps along an intruder's like the escape route. Azusa! Oh, it's a sisterhood. Mari, are you okay? You're not hurt, are you? My peace and comfort find you today. I'm much more worried about your comfort right now. Wait, I know that uniform. Are you from the sisterhood? I thought that sounded like you, Mari. Hanako. Here, it's water. Thank you. Phew. Phew, that really caught me off guard. What was that just now? Azusa. I'm sorry. I thought it was an enemy ambush. Me? An enemy? So what brings someone from the Sisterhood here? Right, about that. I was told this is where I could find the Makeup Work Club, but I didn't expect to run into Hanako here. It just so happens my grades are terrible. Oh, so they are. You know her? You could say we're acquainted. If you're not here for me, then what are you here for? Right, of course. I've been looking for Shirasu Azusa. Me? Yes, there's a student you were rescued recently that's wanted to reach out to express their gratitude. Rescued? Gratitude? Yes, Azusa helped a student that was constantly bullied by her classmates apparently. Apparently she was called to the back of a secluded building and harassed on the day in question. Someone was harassing the poor girl? What? These things happen, sadly. You may not hear about it often, but that's because perpetrators intimidate and coerce their victims into silence. Oh, shit. Thank goodness the student came to us asking for advice. She told us you rescued her one day when you just happened to be passing by. She did? I suppose that did happen. I don't enjoy watching gangs prey on the weak. As I understand it, one of the attackers you suppressed retaliated by reporting you to the Justice Task Force, which escalated to you and the task force engaging in a firefight. Huh? At which point, you occupied a tear gas warehouse held the Justice Task Force off for 3 whole hours. That's all that started? I never retreat from a fight. I could have defeated at least three more of your comrades had I not run out of ammunition. You have to be kidding me. That student came to us wanted to thank you, but after you couldn't be found at the academy, I ended up having to come here. So that's it. Our gratitude is undeserved. I ended up being captured in the end. I don't think that's what's important. But you shouldn't allow yourself to be bullied. Even if everything is meaningless, that is no reason to give up. Wise words. I'll pass your message along to her. People say that you're nothing but a violent ice queen, but that couldn't be further from the truth after all. That's so sweet, but I wouldn't say those rumors are completely unfounded. Azusa is rather rough around the edges. Hanako. Mari, I'm glad to see you're doing well. I am, however... I'll show you the way out. Come on, this way. Oh, okay. I'll be going now. Sorry for interrupting, Sensei. Take care. Have a safe trip. The day's studies came to an end soon after that. Okay. Listen up, everyone. Tonight is laundry night. Put your uniforms, underwear, and socks, and anything else you need to have washed into the basket. Sure. Thank you for offering. You want our underwear too? I can wash it myself, thank you very much. But doing all our laundry at once saves water and detergent. Hanako is being efficient. Fall in line. Now. Fine. Here you go. Huh. Why, thank you. What about you, Sensei? Anything you need washed? Thanks, but I'm good. Aw, okay. I'm off to the laundry room then. Everything here should be dry by tomorrow morning. And off she goes. We should be heading to bed. Good night, everyone. Night. Sensei, can I talk to you later? It's about Hanako. Okay, sure. Are you there, Sensei? It must be he for me. Oh, nope, it's Hanako. Hi, Sensei, it's me. That was a lot easier than I was expecting. You really wanted me to come in, didn't you? What are you doing here? Why are you in your swimsuit? Why do you sound so uncomfortable? These are just my pajamas. I don't think people sleep in their swimsuits. It's just not natural. Since when does a swimsuit pass for pajamas? You worry too much. Anyway, I have an important reason for coming here. I wanted to talk to you. It's about Azusa. Azusa? Uh-oh. Are you there, Sensei? It's me. Sorry it took so long. No, I'm here later than last night. Oh. This is awkward. I'm so sorry to mean to interrupt. I had no idea the two of you were... I mean, how long has this been going on? Even me? Did you just say you were in Sensei's room last night too? How long has this been going on? I'm sorry. I would never have imposed had I known. I'll come back later, Sensei. Wait, no. I mean, I won't bring the mood down again, so next time we should talk about it tomorrow, and where do you think you're going? I want to know what's been going on between two. All the juicy details. Better yet, a reenactment would you just fine. Make it stop. Please make it stop. He eventually managed to clear up the misunderstanding after several more hours. Minutes. Even yelled at Hanako to go change it out of her swimsuit as well. Lord. Now I get it. You've been coming here to talk to Sensei about our lesson plans. And you just needed some advice? But why do you keep calling your swimsuit your pajamas? You're talking to a girl who wore her swimsuit to chapel once. I don't understand why everyone's so uptight about these things. Well, first of all, I could maybe slide the pajamas bit, but going to church in a swimsuit? I don't know. I'm not a church person, but that doesn't seem right. You said you wanted to talk to me about Azusa? Yes, that's right. It's okay, Hifumi, you can listen in too. The thing is, she's gone out the last 2 nights and hasn't returned until almost sunrise. Azusa. I was under the impression she was simply having trouble sleeping outside of her usual bed at first, but I don't think that's it. In fact, I've never actually seen her sleep at all. Come to think of it, neither have I. Azusa is usually the last one to sleep, but the first one out of bed. I'm not sure what she's up to, but I'm starting to get concerned that we'll have to step in and force her to get some rest for her own good. I can't help but feel that she's anxious about something. It's not my place to pry into her private life, but I think we owe it to her to help. Every girl needs a good night's sleep. I'm afraid she's going to end up collapsing sooner or later. And the same goes for the two of you. Stop staying up so late and take better care of yourselves. Our club work is important, but it shouldn't take priority over your health. The worst that can happen is the club fails. What's the point of our minds passing if our bodies ultimately fail anyway? True. She's got a point. It's not that simple. Ifumi, failing isn't the worst thing that can happen. If we fail the last 2 exams, we'll be expelled. We'll be forced to leave Trinity. Expelled? What are you talking about? They can't expel you that easily. It's a long, complicated process that needs more valid reasoning than simply your grades. She's telling the truth. Sensei? Alright, let's tell her the truth. Come clean. It must be true if that's the case. We're going to be expelled if we don't all pass by the 3rd exam. This arrangement and a collective punishment wouldn't be possible normally, but given Shell's extrajudicial authority is involved, it all makes sense. Does it? I don't think it makes sense at all. And that goes for you too! Didn't your grades used to be the top of the class? You were earning perfect scores in advanced 30-year level classes despite only being a first year. I found out while I was looking at last year's test when I was putting together our mock exams. Sorry for invading your privacy. But why? Why did you choose to begin failing this year? If it keeps up, then the rest of us will be... You'll have to forgive me. I never would have imagined that if even one makeup work club member failed, then we all would be... It's unthinkable. No, I shouldn't have been so naive. I owe each of you an apology for all the trouble I've caused. I'm sorry, Sensei. I'm sorry, Hifumi. Hanako, it's fine. I already forgive you. But why? Give me a reason! It's as he suspected. I've been intentionally scoring low in my exams. But why? Why would you compel her to do something like that? I'm afraid I can't tell you. I have my reasons, but I don't want you all to suffer because of my choices. So you don't have to worry. It ends tonight. I'll pass my exams and keep the rest of the makeup work club safe. Thank you, Hanako. You don't have to thank me, Sensei. If anything, I should be the one making it up to you. What if I did a little striptease? Would that suffice? No, you've already done plenty. You taking the exam seriously from now on is more than enough. Oh, I have a question. Are you two the only ones that know about all this? I think so, since he was the only person I talked about it until now. If that's the case, an expulsion isn't what's making Azusa anxious. That mystery is still unsolved. Actually, I feel as though the Makeup Work Club's entire founding is even more confusing after what you told me. I doubt Mika could arrange this. It must have been Nagisa's doing. But why now? Why would she busy herself with something like this just days ahead of Eden's Trinity signing? Or is that the exact reason she's doing it? Now I understand. The Makeup Work Club's purpose is to herd any potential threats to the Eden Treaty. What? It's a very not Nagisa-like thing to do. She can be a real conniving witch when she wants to be. Did you just call her a witch? Nagisa is trying to wash out every problematic element at once. Or yesterday's dirty laundry, basically. I think she'd equate it to more to a trash bin. Her plans include you too, don't they, Sensei? You probably accepted this job with the good intention of saving failing students, but in reality, you were a pawn for the sake of using Shell as extrajudicial authority. And yet, that hasn't stopped you from doing everything you can for us. You truly are a wonderful person, Sensei. And you're more like a detective, Hanako. I'm amazed. Nagisa told me that she's searching for Trinity's traitor. That's just like Nagisa, so melodramatic, though I'm sure anyone who disagrees with her plans is a traitor in her mind. I can understand why Azusa would be a suspect given her background. That could be off base, but it wouldn't surprise you if Kohara was essentially a hostage from the Justice Task Force. And what about you, Hifumi? I thought you were close with Nagisa. Me? Am I really a suspect too? I guess I'd have to be if she placed me here. What did I ever do to fall under suspicion? About that. We'll have to talk more about Azusa later. I'll see if I can't find out more about what's going on. That'd be great. Please keep us in the loop if you learn anything. Sure thing. So, does this mean I'm officially part of your secret midnight trysts? The three of us, all alone late at night, sharing a heart-pounding menage. Oh god, is that French? Menage a Troy? I can't do French. That's not what's happening. It is pretty late. Let's call it for tonight. You're right, we should be getting to bed. Good night. Bathroom. Is that light coming from Sensei's room? What are they still doing up at this hour? Talk to Yamara since... Oh? Huh? What are you doing in Sensei's room? Hi, Sensei, I'm looking forward to tomorrow night's menage at Troy. Oh? I can't do French. Uh-oh. A threesome? Lewd, filthy execution! It was the end of yet another day at boot camp. Poor Koharu. Oh, it's raining. It's really coming down. It certainly is. Good morning. Good morning, Koharu. Morning. Looks like Azusa's the last person to get up today. What happened? She's usually the first one awake. I think she's been pushing herself too hard these last few days. We should let her sleep a little while longer. No, the cute creatures. It's round and fluffy. I mustn't. Someone sounds like they're having a good dream. There's nothing like sleeping in on a rainy day. The sound of thunder might make it hard, though. Uh-oh. What's wrong? The laundry I hung out to dry last night. I completely forgot about it. Uh-oh. Well, it's wet again. This is bad. Hmm? Huh. One hour later. What's the laundry like? Don't you have washing machines and dryers? Well, we're on the swimsuits now. Now then, let's begin the first Makeup Work Club task force for the first Makeup Work Club swimsuit symposium. I don't know about this. Why did it have to come to this? We're in uncharted waters. And perfectly dressed for the occasion, I might add. Oh boy, 40 minutes earlier. Let me guess, the laundry's soaking wet. That's all of it. They're completely soaked, not to mention muddied. Our only choice is to put them all through the wash again. Even our gym clothes are wet now. They're sticking to me like they're covered in glue. That's because you tripped and got all of us soaked. This is all my fault. I'm the one who offered to do the laundry and then forgot about it. You don't have to blame yourself. We can always redo the laundry and wear something different in the meantime. That's right. First, let's change to something dry and warm. We're going to catch colds if we keep wearing these. And for good measure, let's all take a hot shower together and dry each other's hair afterward. I don't know about that. What's wrong? Is something wrong? I'm out of clean clothes to wear. Huh? So am I. My uniform and gym clothes are soaked and I don't have a spare change of clothes. Why didn't you pack spares? You should know if you're going on a trip somewhere for a while, you should always pack spare clothing. At least 2 or 3 sets. You too? Wait, neither do I. Isn't this a fun turn of events? I guess we'll just study in our bras and panties today, ladies. In your dreams, you perv. We're not gonna do something like that. She has a point. We all have plenty of fresh underwear and we can wear socks to keep us warm. Don't go along with her madness. We can't just wear underwear to class. Why not? You have no imagination. Not another word! We'll just have to do the laundry as quickly as we can and dry some of it with a hairdryer or something. That sounds very counterproductive and tedious. In the meantime, we'll just have to make do with wearing towels, and Sensei can wait for us down the hall. I can put off studying for at least a few hours. Why are you so eager to hit the books all of a sudden? I suppose, but we're still going to be stuck in our underwear for a few hours. I'd have preferred to begin studying as soon as possible. I suppose we can't enter the classroom just yet. All we can do is take these off for now. Why are you all so disappointed about not getting to study in our underwear? Do you want to be executed for indecent exposure? I decided to stay in my room until the laundry was done. Oops. Well, there goes the power. What happened? I think the power went out. Seems like it. It must be because of the thunderstorm. Well, what was that sound? We have a problem. That was the washing machine stopping. And it's locked. What do we do? Huh? Oh boy. So that's how we came to the last resorts. Sure did. And our only choice is to hold a swimsuit symposium. There must be another way. I guess you're right. We could always have an underwear symposium instead. I wouldn't mind that at all. It'll be difficult to hold class in these conditions. Not to mention all the buildings, facilities have shut down due to the lightning. Our defenses are wide open. Well, this kind of thing happens to old buildings in thunderstorms. Who cares about that? Why are you all going along with this ridiculous symposium anyway? I thought we agreed that we can't have a class if we don't have any clothes to wear. Shouldn't we just go back to the dorm and rest until the blackout passes? And what kind of camp would this be if we passed on the opportunity to make memories? This is our chance to share the most intimate parts of ourselves. A sudden blackout, driving rain, the mood is perfect. We may as well indulge while we have the chance. You only live once. I'm not denying that making memories is part of any good camp. I see, so that's the purpose of a swimsuit symposium. No, it isn't! There's nothing educational about wearing swimsuits to class. Now, there's no need to raise your voice, Koharu. Let's just go with the flow and have some fun while we can. Calling it a symposium was just to keep up appearances. We can talk about anything you want. Nothing is off limits. I've always wanted to do something like this. I've never been happier to have joined the makeup work club. You look like you're having the time of your life. Clearly she is. I can sympathize. I too am happy to have joined the club. You are? Of course I am. I'm enjoying this getting to study, eat, and even clean, do laundry with all of you. Not a single activity hasn't been enjoyable. Oh, that's so sweet. I've always thought swimsuits were merely meant for swimming, but now I'm learning all sorts of other useful applications for them. That sounds more like corruption than enjoyment. But they're comfortable to move around in and breathable. I can understand why Hanako is so fond of hers. You've finally seen the light! See? I told you, Koharu. Public indecency is still a crime punishable by death. I don't know about that. I think that's overdramatic exaggeration. That's all you need to know. I enjoy studying with you too, Koharu. Where's this coming from all of a sudden? Don't just blurt out embarrassing things like that. That's even sweeter. Well, of course you should relish the opportunity to study with an elite like myself. I could never get a good read on you when we first met, but it's a relief to hear that you've been enjoying yourself. Of course, and I'm especially grateful for how you've always taken care of me, Thank you. Huh. Zusa, come give me a hug! Uh-oh. Defense mode, Ifumi? I can't breathe. Nah. Makeup Work Club continued to pass the time by making small talk. I heard a rare gold Magoro is on display in the Trinity Aquarium right now. I saw on the pamphlet. That's the one they're calling the fancy fish, right? Yeah, apparently it was discovered at the nearby beach. I wanted to go see it for myself, but the admission fee is so high. The beach. Now that you mentioned, I've never been there before. You've never been to the beach, Azusa? I also heard that you can hear strange noises coming from that long-abandoned theme park. That can't be true. That's just an urban legend. I've only heard rumors myself, so I can't say for sure, but isn't that how all scary stories go? Yeah, they're all made up. I don't find walking about campus or the district in a swimsuit to be strange at all. Of course it is! Do you not have a lick of common sense? That reminds me. I heard from a sister once that somewhere in a lawless area of Kavotos is a gang that wears nothing but bikinis and masks. Why would they only wear that? And you just said that they're a gang, so that makes them criminals. Of course criminals have no problem committing public indecency. It goes to show just how common wearing nothing but a swimsuit is. Why don't you join me next time? No! I don't care what you have in mind. Count me out. We need to start getting a better night's sleep. Better night's sleep, Azusa. I know, I'm sorry for inconveniencing you all by my oversleeping this morning. That never happens in a place where I'm uncomfortable. Maybe I overslept because I no longer find that to be the case. That doesn't change the fact that you need to get more rest. You need to go get on a few of those late night patrols of yours. You've been going on patrols? Yes, I've been keeping watch every night. Hanako has been really worried about you. She has? I didn't realize. I'm sorry. To be honest, I use my patrols as an opportunity to do things like set traps and fortify our defenses. Traps? Defenses? Why would you go to such lengths? Don't worry, I only set them along the routes intruders would likely take. They shouldn't pose a threat to us as we go about our studies. Then how do you explain what happened to the Mari yesterday? You should let us know about these things ahead of time. People will suspect you of wrongdoing if you go around doing things like that on your own. I suppose you have a point. I'll be more careful from now on. The last thing I want is to cause any harm to the club or sensei. You're a really kind girl, Azusa. Huh? Don't treat me like a child. Besides, that's not how I would describe myself. The truth is that everything is meaningless, and vanity is the way of the world. There will come a day where I betray everything I've ever known. All of you, my faith, and my own heart. Oh. The power's back. It's about time. And the rain stopped too! Everything is clear outside. Wow, the birds are back already? Fuck. We should restart the laundry and get the drying everything. Get the drying everything again. I suppose this marks the end of the first Makeup Work Club swimsuit symposium. I look forward to the second. There is not gonna be a second. This was the first and last. Everyone decided to take a break after finishing the laundry. And so another day passed. But we're accomplishing nothing. No! Not yet. We can't just let this day go to waste. Oh, it's not the end. What? Who are you talking to? Don't just start shouting out of nowhere like that. You almost gave me a heart attack. Breaking the fourth wall there. Let's just look at today as an unplanned vacation day. We even got to bond together and buck naked like real sisters. That never happened. Stop revising history. But wouldn't it feel like a waste to go to bed so soon? Don't you just want to seize the night and go out with a bang? What do you have in mind? Isn't it obvious? What kind of camp would this be if we didn't try to sneak out at least once at night at least once? You want to sneak out? Obviously. Let's leave the academy behind and go on a walk together. That doesn't sound like a good idea. There are plenty of places in Trinity, in the Trinity shopping district that are open late. So we'll grab some food and do a little shopping. That would be a violation. I can't do that. You know the school rules better than I do, but I bet a bunch of students sneak out and go places they shouldn't. Isn't that right, Hifumi? Who knows? Maybe. But Koharu's right. We're in the middle of a mandatory boot camp. There could be a dire consequence if we were caught sneaking out now. It's not like we go that far. It's still within the district. We'll be back before you know it. So what do you say, Koharu? Doesn't sound fun. I mean, sure it does, but... Come on, one little walk isn't gonna kill you. Isn't that right, Sensei? I'm in. Let's do this. You have a parental guardian with you. You're fine with this? I'm dressed, ready to go. Just give me the order just give the order on when to move. You too, Azusa? When did you get changed? It's decided. Everyone hurry up and take it off. The Makeup Work Club is going late night streaking. You said we were going on a walk. Keep your clothes on. And that's how we decided to go on a late night stroll. Oh boy. Uh-oh, midnight commotion. Well, here we are. See, isn't this fun? There's nothing like the guilty pleasure of doing something you're not supposed to, mixed with the elation of doing it with others. So this is what the district is like at this hour. It's much more vibrant than I expected. That's right. A lot of stores stay open 24 hours a day. That bakery's still open. And that cafe over there, too. A little further up the road is a Momo Friends merch store that's fully automated. And across the street from that is a shop that only sells collectibles. Well, you should know your way around the neighborhood. Why'd I have to tag along? I'll be in for a word of her to catch me out here. Really? She must be pretty strict with you newbies. I always thought she seemed like a kind girl. That's because she is! Asumi is a kind, intelligent, strong, and carries herself with dignity and grace. Her temper is just as pure as her other aspects. She doesn't get mad often, but when she does... Right? Yeah, there was that one time. We're back to this. Vice President Asumi, please calm down. How dare they, Pandemonium Society? Gienna? Do they think they'll get away with this? Ah, she's mad! Hulk smash! Goodness, what caused her to be so upset? She was returning from a meeting with Gienna's leaders about the eating treaty when suddenly... Listen carefully. This isn't over. From this point on, I'll be going on a diet. Huh? Did you say diet? Yes, a diet! I'm going to lose weight. From this moment on, if you catch me eating more than 2 meals a day or snacking, you have every right to slap the food out of my hand and give me a piece of your mind. Dieting can be hard if you're doing it by yourself, so that's why I'm allowing you all to keep me accountable. I need your help. Well, what exactly happened in that meeting with Gianna? That little... She went way over the line. Oh boy. So, you must be the one they call Trinity's secret weapon, Kenzaki Tsurugi. Pardon? No, You're much more of a woman than I was expecting. Well, almost offensively so. So, that's how Trinity wants to play it, eh? Trying to break our morale at the start of our first meeting? How shallow. Huh? Iroha! Go get Satsuki. I won't allow Trinity to look down upon us. Makoto, this isn't President Tsurugi. This is their Vice President Hasumi. I told you she'd be coming the documentation I handed you. And if you're referring to her bus, then I don't know what good bringing up Satsuki here would do. What? They sent a stand-in? How insulting! Are they mocking us? We've been had! This meeting is nothing but a ploy. Did they only wish to demoralize us with their tall heights and large busts? No, this is why I tried to inform you that we were expecting Hasumi. Are you even listening to me? You're not, are you? How dare you underestimate me? Do you think you can intimidate me with your unflatteringly large chest? Please calm down, and please stop mentioning her bust. You're embarrassing the Pandemonium Society. I refuse to surrender this giantess, Aroha. Prepare you-know-what. Giant? Uh-oh. I don't know what you're talking about, but I think it's safe to say that the meeting is a failure. I advise that we secure an escape route. Huh? Uh-oh. No, she's mad! Oh boy. Yeah, we'd all be speechless. I heard Hasumi hasn't been eating very well since that meeting went south. Okay, first of all, eating is not gonna help the bus size, okay? Let's get this straight here. No wonder she holds a grudge against Gianna. Now I'm worried about her too. Hasumi's a strong person though. She's still keeping the vow she made, even though after all she went through. And I'm sure she'll be alright. Look, there's another baker over here too. My sweet tooth is starting to get a craving here after that story. Should we pop in and see what they have? Oh, the special parfaits they have here are some amazing. I didn't know they stayed open 24 hours a day. Parfait? That sounds perfect. Let's go. Sounds excited. Why the rush? I hope nobody sees me there. Oh boy. Welcome. Wow, we're really out in the middle of the night getting dessert. This is so exciting. Party of 5. What can I get for you? Do you still have that special parfait on the menu? I'm sorry, we do, but we just sold the final 3 we had tonight to our last customer. Oh, that's too bad. Beat to the punch. I didn't expect such fierce competition at this hour. How naive of me. Oh? Sensei? Uh-oh. Hasumi? Hasumi? Those wouldn't happen to be the parfaits you're carrying, are they? Uh-oh. Hasumi was in fact one of the 3 special parfaits. I didn't expect to run into the makeup work club and Sensei here. Uh-oh. Fancy meeting you here, Hasumi. I'm even more surprised to see you eating 3 parfaits. Aren't you on a diet? Yes, about that. Let me guess, you had a craving you just couldn't curb, so you came all the way here for some of your favorite desserts. No! I mean, you gave in to your delectable desires, and before you knew it, it was too late. There was no turning back. I can't say I blame you. Sensei, I don't believe the Makeup Work Club is permitted to leave the school grounds during boot camp. So if you'll keep my secret, then I'll keep yours. Hasumi. How are your studies going, Koharu? Well, our scores keep going up. That's right, Koharu will be passing in no time at this rate. You don't say? That's good to hear. I told you could do it. Don't you remember? Please keep studying hard, Koharu. Don't lose sight of your goal. But I don't think I can do it. How am I supposed to cram all this in and get my grades up? I'm not cut out for this. There's no other choice. It must be done. Forgive me for raising my voice, but the only way you'll be able to stay with us is by passing your exams. Not for me, then do it for Sensei and all the effort that's been made to help us, okay? Alright, I'll try. She knows the truth, and she knows that she's being held hostage, essentially. I wouldn't want to let you down, Hasumi. And I'm always rooting for you. I look forward to your return to the Justice Task Force and joining us on our missions. It's a promise! It's so pure! Uh-oh. Got some beeps. Encrypted communication? At this hour? Yes, Ichika? What's going on? We have a problem, Hasumi. What's your location? A problem? Please explain. Students presumed to be from Gehenna are trespassing near the academy. They've opened fire and are attacking Trinity facilities. Is it the Gehenna prefect team? So they finally they played their hand. Those Pandemonium Society scum? Well, the thing is, they must be trying to interfere with the Eden Treaty. What's the size of their forces? How many squadrons and what facilities have they targeted? Calm down. First of all, it's not the prefect team, and there are 0 squadrons. There's only 4 of them. Just 4? And it's not the prefect team? Yes, the attack facility has been confirmed as the nearby aquarium. Why would they attack there? They've stolen the gold Maguro, a rare fish that was on display and are now on the run. The gold Maguro? It's said to be a very expensive fish, so they may aim to sell it. We just confirmed this organization's identity. The Gourmet Research Society, a terrorist group from Gehenna. That doesn't sound like a terrorist group. With a name like that. Their leader is Haruna Kurodate? I don't know. Someone considered very dangerous by Gehenna. Please hurry and give us your orders, Vice President. Hey, why the heck did we decide to hit a place like this? We're in the middle of Trinity's district. And what other choice did we have? This was the only place to secure the gold Maguro after all. How could they keep a legendary tuna fish under lock and key, only to be admired through a fish tank? They no respect for the gourmet. Fine food is something more noble. Oh god, so they're gonna eat it. Well, I'm not surprised. And I think that's even worse than selling it, honestly. The gold Maguro wouldn't want to be on a display just to make the rich richer. Or merely doing what must be done. Isn't that right, Fuka? See? I don't know what Fuka was doing. See? School lunch club president agrees so vehemently she's been moved to tears. I think that has more to do with the gag in her mouth. The tuna keeps flapping around. It's hitting me with its fin. Did they force the president to go along with this? Don't you dare drop that fish easy at me. It's priceless. Can we just eat it already? It's hard enough to hold on to it, but now we have those girls in the black sailor uniforms chasing us. That's the Trinity Justice Task Force. They're just as scary as the prefect team. How are we gonna get out of here, Haruna? Whether we escape or not isn't important. The only thing that matters is who has the last bite. I think that is our club's motto: eat or die. It's the dignified path all gourmands must accept. And that's all that matters. We're a lot closer to dying than eating, so get a move on. Let's break through the siege and make our retreat. Then we'll have our dearest Fuka here prepare her famous sashimi for us. I can't say who's the president. Apparently, Fuka is very against this. Research Society. What's your location, Vice President? Please issue orders before President Tsurugi takes matters into her own hands. Please do what you can to contain her for now. I'm in the middle of a personal matter at the moment. I'm not sure that will be possible. You're the only one she listens to when she gets like this. President Tsurugi, don't go yet! That's not a door, it's a wall! She's gone. Let's mobilize. Oh boy. They're close by, within a kilometer, judging by the sound of the explosion. You're not thinking of what I think you are you? What a coincidence, I had the same thought. I know this is sudden, but your help would be appreciated. Can you do it? This is a delicate situation with the Eden Treaty fast approaching. The last thing we need is an inter-district incident between the Justice Task Force and Jihen Academy. I'm formally requesting the Makeup Work Club's assistance via Shale. Can you do it, Sensei? Of course! Prepare to mobilize, Makeup Work Club. Understood. That won't be a problem. Are we really doing this? If that's what you want, Sensei. I'm going to fight alongside Hasumi? Of course, I knew this day would come, even if it is sooner than expected. Okay, I'll do my best. This is the first time we'll be fighting as a club under Sensei's command. Please use us as you see fit. That's even sweeter. Let's go, everyone! Let's go to victory! Man, it's the first time we've had a combat in this whole segment. Alright. Actually, we haven't had a combat thing since the stuff with the game development. Alright. No, the tuna! I was craving sashimi, but now tempura's on the menu. So what should we do now? Looks like we're surrounded. Scatter! It's every girl for herself! Good thinking. They can't catch all of us, so survival of the fittest it is. Oh boy. Comes down to luck now, but I don't mind spicing things up. So long! And there we go. Wait, don't just leave me here! I swear I'll get all three of you back for this if it's the last thing I do! What about, Fuka? Those pests! Split up and chase each of them! Yes! This is our district, there's nowhere to run! What about Fuka? She's still tied up. I think I lost him. Oh. Say, Junko. Akari? Why are you here? What happened to you? Let's just say I messed up. Akari! Uh-oh, that's Tsurugi. Oh gosh, she's creepy. What's that? A monster? Oh boy. I don't want to die! Poor Akari. Or not Akari. Junko. We're getting close to the end. We got like 2 more episodes to go. Hello, Junko. Good to see you, Akari. Haruna, you were caught too? I'm afraid I didn't even make it 10 meters. Seems as though Izumi was the only one who managed to get away. Somehow. At least our sacrifice wasn't in vain. Since when was I sacrificing myself for that ditz? Justice Task Force certainly lives up to the reputation. You're foolish to underestimate them. You're telling me one of them crushed a car like a soda can? I thought we were gonna die. I told you we shouldn't have come all the way here just with some stupid tuna. See here, Junko, if you saw water gushing out of the tap into an overflowing sink and there was no one around, what would you do? Enough with the stupid sink metaphor already. What do you think they're gonna do with us? Probably hand us over to the prefect team? Akari, don't just rise from the dead like that. Oh please, I was just taking a little nap. It'll take more than that to kill me. Anyway, is being handed over to the prefect team any better? May as well be delivering us to our executioners. That it may be. I'd like to avoid our fate being in Hina's hands if at all possible. That's what we get for getting this too far this time. Oh well. She's very carefree about it. Oh, there she is! We finally see her portrait. Why did I get dragged here too? I just want to go home. Poor Fuka. She was just along with the ride, really. Meanwhile, Izumi was. Where am I? Where am I supposed to go? Good work, everyone. We were able to get the situation under control thanks to your help. Thanks. I thought we got caught up in the heat of the moment. It was a good learning experience to see how the Justice Task Force strategizes from up close. I hope I was helpful. So, what's going to happen to those students? Normally, we'll decide what to do with them, but given the circumstances we're in, we'll have no choice but to defer to Jihenna's prefect team. I thought that might be the case. Actually, I have a favor to ask you regarding that matter. Of me? What is it? I'd like to avoid a conflict as much as possible ahead of the Eden Treaty. With that said, would you mind being the one to hand the detainees over to the prefect team when the prefect team arrives? It'll lessen the political burden for both sides if Shale is the one who officially had them in custody. I can do that. Thank you, Sensei. I'll step back then. I came to the designated spot to hand the Gourmet Research Society over to the prefect team. Oh. Hey, Hina. I'm here. Where are the bodies? Well. Bodies? Pardon me, I mean to say wounded. I confuse the two sometimes. According to this, I'm here for 3 freshly wounded and 1 hostage. Is that a delivery manifest? You don't seem to be from the Justice Task Force. Just who are you? And you don't look like you're from the prefect team. That's Ghost Sensei, the advisor of Shale. There she is! Hina! We meet again, Sensei. What are you doing here? You're acquainted, you're acquainted, head prefect? You could put it that way, yes. So that's it. The prisoners were turned over to Shell to reduce the political burden of the situation. We had the same thought. That's why officially the Medical Emergency Club will be the ones accepting the transfer of custody. I'm merely here to observe. Senna, Himuro Senna, Medical Emergency Club President. It's nice to meet you, Sensei. If you ever have bodies, wounded, that need transporting, please let me know. We charge a flat rate. Sure. The Medical Emergency Club is mostly removed from Jihenna's politics, hence why I asked them to do this job. I'm only interested in the deceased. I'll leave you to dirty your hands with politics. Again, they're only wounded. I doubt you've ever seen a dead body in person. Not a mistake. But the same goes for you, Med Prefect. Anyway, you have the Gourmet Research Society here. Let's transfer them over to the ambulance. It's so good to see you again, Hina. Haruna, we can talk about this later. The Medical Emergency Club is here. I think I may have dislocated my elbow. Would you mind taking a look at it? I think I'm gonna be sick. I'm saved! You're the school lunch club president. I was wondering where you were. Since you've been gone, Jury has been... well, I'll explain the way. Uh-oh. Oh boy. That's not good. I've seen Jury's character episodes. It ain't good. It ain't pretty. Looks like they only managed to capture 3 of the 4 Gourmet Research Society members. I'll deal with that problem later. Thanks for all the hospitality, Sensei. I'll be sure to treat you to a delectable meal the next time you visit Jihenna. See you around. Shut up and get in. Take care. Oh boy. Transfer complete. Ready to depart. Hold a moment. Sensei, what are you doing at Trinity? I'm basically the advisor for something called the Makeup Work Club. So I've heard. Not much escapes us. I'm more concerned about the timing. Shale is meant to be a neutral organization. Why would you be spending so many days at Trinity at a time like this? Are you... Never mind. I can't imagine it. I have something I want to ask you too. What is it? What is your perspective on the Eden Treaty? I explained the situation in detail to Hina. Oh boy. Going. Now it crashed on me! Bitch! Alright. We're not gonna crash this time? Nope. We're going through all the paces. You're in a very tight spot, Sensei. But what was that about, a swimsuit symposium? Don't worry about it. Moving on. The situation regarding Trinity's traitor is rather complex. There's no way to know who is telling you the truth and who is filling you with lies. Truth is all but a matter of perspective. There can be more than one truth. I'm not sure whether to call you cautious or optimistic. Are you sure it's okay for you to divulge this information to me? Of course, I trust you more than anyone. Oh, that got her speechless. There's that bad hat of yours again. Nothing. I was muttering to myself. The Eden Treaty being in cover for a military alliance is an interesting perspective. But that's not how I see it. It truly is a peace treaty as far as I'm concerned. It is? Nagisa alone won't be able to control the ETO through the signing of the treaty. Makoto, the chair of the Pandemonium Society, will have the same authority as her. And the authority will be further divided among other members of the Tea Party and Pandemonium Society to ensure the ETO isn't abused by one person's will or lose sight of its original purpose. The latter is still theoretically possible if they all conspired together. Though, if it were that easy for them to cooperate, there wouldn't have been a need for the treaty to begin with. They would have worked on simply integrating the two academies. I also find it hard to believe that Makoto can get along with anyone. Then why is she in favor of the treaty? I don't think she's in favor of it at all. I was the one who pushed for Chihana to agree to the Eden Treaty. You? But why? That's a good question. Perhaps because I saw it as my opportunity to retire. Chihana will be much more orderly under the ETO. It wouldn't be necessary for me to continue as long as I have. We're still waiting, Head Prefect. Have you said what you needed to? Yes, I'll be right there. Best of luck, Sensei. You'll keep the Makeup Work Club safe, won't you? Yes, no matter what. Very well. Until we meet again. And there we go. Phew, what a day. Sure was. I never expected our innocent little stroll to become such an adventure. It was enjoyable, however. You're looking much more happier, Koharu. Are you proud that you were able to fight next to Hasumi? Of course I am. It was my first time. It was like a dream come true. Oh, that's wonderful. Now you just have to pass your exam like Hasumi told you to. I know that. I'm gonna ace the next one for sure. Just like an elite would. I'm sure you will. I'd better study hard so you don't leave me behind. It's getting pretty late. We should get to sleep soon, or else studying will be hard tomorrow. Good night, everyone. You too, Sensei. Night. You all did great today. We didn't do much. This time, the day finally did come to an end, or come to a close. A glimmer of hope. You're late! You're the one who's early. I began studying before sunrise and then quizzed myself on what I had studied. Wow, you're really motivated, huh? Naturally, today is yet another mock exam, isn't that right? Yeah, that's true. So that's what you've been preparing for? Yes, our next official exam is only 2 days away, and I don't want to hold us back. I will pass today. Jeez, you almost never get this fired up. I've repeatedly covered the material expected to be on the test. I left no stone unturned. Well, you're not gonna do better than me. I'll show you the elite power of the Justice Task Force. That's the spirit. I'll show you what I got this time, too. Looks like everyone's ready to go. I've never seen so many people fired up for a mock exam. In that case, let's just jump right into the next mock exam. Second mock-up exam. Begin! This isn't so bad. I know this one. I just have to... They're all moving at a much faster pace than before. Ding dong! I graded everyone's test once the exam was over. Whenever you're ready, Sensei. Let's see, who's passed, who failed. Alright! We all passed! We did it? Everyone passed? Kohara just barely made it. This isn't a joke, right? Success. Well. Way to go, Azusa. You didn't just get a D, you jumped all the way up to earning a C. Thank you. You did good too, Koharu. It was just barely above the line, but you still got a passing score. I'm not dreaming, am I? That's really my score. See, I told you I've been holding back. This is what I can really do. Way to show us what it means to be a member of the Justice Task Force. You passed this time too, Hanako. I must have gotten lucky. A nice score. I'm happy for you, but... What's wrong? I still don't understand why you ended up here, but I'm glad you're taking this thing seriously. Heat for me. I'm going to keep pushing until you recover the scores you had before. I promise. I see. I'm sorry I've had you so concerned. Well, now it's time for the Promise Mobile Friends merchandise giveaway. At last! Koharu's not enthused. Since everyone passed, you all have a chance to pick. Take whichever one you want. Whichever one? I want. I'll pass, thanks. Same. Which one should I pick? I can't. Picking only one is impossible. The black one with the horns looks good, but so was the glasses wearing hippo. I told you, Poro is a bird, not a hippo. I can't choose this one. What should I do? Sorry, here for me. Could I ask you pick for me? Me? You said you really like Skullman and Professor Poro. Well, let's go with the scholarly Professor Pororo. Fine, I'll go with this one. Professor Pororo is known for being knowledgeable and studying hard. I picked this one because it suits how much you've learned and how hard you're hitting the books. I see, like an intelligent professor. Never mind that the backstory is that Pororo studied so hard that he went a little cuckoo. That part doesn't matter. You seem to like him, Azusa. Yes, I really do. She's happy. Thank you, Heat, for me. I'll treasure it forever. I appreciate it, but you don't have to thank me. You're the one who earned it. Maybe so, but this is the first gift I've ever received from a friend. I shall think of you every time I gaze upon this hippo. That's a little embarrassing. And I told you he's a bird, not a hippo. Who would have guessed they have so much in common? It's creepy. Morale was high as the group continued to study. The day passed calmly and quietly. Tomorrow's the big day. Second exam. Is it that time already? Days are flying by. I know it's been a short week, but I'm sure all the hard work we've been putting in will pay off. Passing the last mock exam proved it. We're more than ready. So don't let up. Let's study as hard as we can today. Actually, it won't be satisfying until I score 100. Me too. I guess I'll just have to do the same. I don't know about getting a perfect score, but I'm sure we can do all this. We can all do this. So let's hit the books. One more day to go. Let's go! I've been waiting for you. It's been a while, Sensei. How have you been? Is boot camp going smoothly? Anything troubling you? What do you want now? I organized a boot camp to give you an opportunity to observe the students more closely. Was it fruitful? Have you learned anything? More specifically, do you have a leading suspect? I told you I'd handle things my way. I recall. I simply wanted to check in with you now that the second exam is upon us. That's why I asked you here. As I understand it, you've had contact with Mika recently as well. Uh-oh. What did she have to say? Won't you tell me? Oh boy. We've been caught! The secret's out! I'm not gonna waste my time being paranoid. All I want is for the makeup work club to pass. Perhaps I should make clear why I chose each of those girls. Though I'm sure you've already been told some version of this. Here's the truth. First, Kohara was selected to monitor Hasumi. Hasumi hates Gianna more than anyone. She's a ticking bomb, and no one knows what she might do. Hanako was an outstanding student that began tanking her grades for unknown reasons. Suspicious. Azusa is shady in her own right. She has a growing rap sheet full of armed conflict with other students. As for Hifumi, I was under the impression you thought highly of her. You're right, I did. Compassion like hers is rare. I've always been very fond of Hifumi, that much is true. But we have intelligence that links her with a terrifying criminal organization. That's what I fear most, being blinded by trusting someone too dearly. It's a fatal flaw. Technically, the criminal organization, if it's the same one, isn't a criminal organization. That was all just to steal some documents. Even the most meticulously built tower can collapse from a single fault. How well do I truly know Hifumi? Is there another side to her I've never seen? I don't know the answer. But you do know her! There's just been a terrible misunderstanding! And you know that how? Are you willing to vouch for her? Can you prove Hifumi's innocence? And she's always been sincere? Her claims mean nothing without concrete proof. It's impossible to prove the sincerity of another's heart. I know full well how compassionate, polite, and kind Hifumi can be, but I'll never be able to prod around and know what's truly in her heart. In the end, we're all strangers. That's why they each must be expelled for the sake of the Eden Treaty. I finally get it. It makes perfect sense now. You're nothing but a cynical skeptic. Me? Cynical? You only see what you want to see and believe what you want to believe. The conspiracy's the end here. The makeup work club will pass. Very well. This simplifies things. The best of luck to you, Sensei. I'll just have to take matters into my own hands. That can't be good at all. Why don't you just take the foreclosure task force to them and clear up that misunderstanding? There's your proof. No, it's over! Damn it! Not quite sure when the next batch of story is gonna come out. Let me see. I think there's a roadmap they put out recently. You go on their thing and find out. I can't find it. I'm not quite sure. I got to look through. I'm sure it's in the notices somewhere. The roadmap. I can't find the roadmap on their Twitter. So I'll have to go through the notices. I can't do it on my computer or on through BlueStacks because the notices are very, very big. So I'll have to look through it, see when the next batch of story comes through. It's not for a couple months. I know that for certain. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this part. Hopefully when we come back, we got some event stories we're gonna do. We got a new event that just ended recently. Oh wait, so we have all. There's also the relationship stories I gotta do. We got all of these to do. So at some point I'll get to these. Hopefully when we come next time I can start with doing all of these. Starting with the Cherry Blossom Festival so I can actually show it off. But yeah, hopefully the next video won't be 3 or 4 weeks out. I'm gonna try to get some of these out a lot sooner. But yeah, thanks for coming to watch, and I will see you in the next parts, whatever that's gonna be. Hopefully it won't be too long. Later.